which...
Yeah, let's look at an addiction, for an example. An addiction is an evil love, right? So let's look at an addiction. The average person on earth views their addictions very innocently, they think. They sort of almost view their addictions as, you've got to do them. You know, you're...
Well, it's how I enjoy life.
It's not just that. You've got to do them. You feel impelled to. Like, you know, the average one of you today, when you were walking next to your neighbour, you felt like you had to talk. You don't have to. You're allowed to be silent. You felt like you had to talk. There's many of you I walked with the whole time and you were talking to me and I never opened my mouth once. Right? You didn't even contemplate whether I was even listening. I was, but for many of you, you wouldn't have known because you spent too much time talking rather than feeling me to know. You know what I mean? I was listening, but I could have not been. And you wouldn't have even known. So, you know, the average person sort of goes, I'm in my addiction, I've got to do it, I've got to do it. The feeling inside of the soul is, I am doing it. I am doing it. I am doing it. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it. Now, they're evil loves. All of those are evil loves, but the average person does not feel they are. If we were in alignment with God, we would know they are. We would understand that our addictions are evil loves, that they actually generate almost all of the sin in our lives. Our addiction is what does that. You know, almost every sin we ever commit is driven by an addiction of some kind that we feel is good. Right? And this is the trouble with our addictions, is we don't face them. So this is the purpose of the prayer in this regard, is to try to help you face them. You know, the way we stay in the shadow of God's love is to work through overcoming the temptations of our flesh, or you could call it our addictions, couldn't you? Work through our addictions and the influence of the powers of the evil ones. In other words, anybody around us who encourages to not be loving is evil. It's best to avoid them. Many of you purposely associate with them because you like them one way or the other, or they're nice, engaging people or whatever. Sometimes they've got very lovely personalities, it seems, but they're encouraging you towards evil. It's not good for you to associate with them while they're doing that, right? But many of us still continue to associate with them. In fact, we're drawn to them because there's certain things we probably admire about them and their life and so forth. And then you've got to remember that there's this constant pressure on you from the world and from the spirit world to sort of turn your thoughts and your feelings away from God to what the world has to offer you. And most of you are experiencing that every day, right? The pressures of that world. Yeah, you think about your day-to-day life. How many times do you think to pray versus how many times do you think to watch telly? Or how many times do you think to pick up your mobile phone and look at it? Like most people are now picking up their mobile phone. It's like every... You know, we've been going for walks in Gloucester, we're staying, and going for walks. We do a 10k walk every day around about, and everybody's, you know, looking at their mobile phone and not even looking at people anymore, right? Everybody, you go to a restaurant, what happens? You see families, the whole family at a restaurant. What is every member of the family doing? Scrolling their mobile phone, right? We are so addicted to those allurements that we're not considering even love of people and interacting with people and caring for people and all those things. We're just addicted. And the world is creating these more and more addictions so that you can be more and more distracted from yourself and from God. Philippa, down the front.